Hey JPEagles, welcome back to Music Time. It's Tuesday, and today we have another special guest with us. It is Caroline. Caroline is going to talk to us about the flute, which you all know is a member of the woodwind family. So let's see what Miss Caroline has to say to us today. Okay, Caroline, can you show us how to put the flute together?
Okay, so you have three pieces. You have the head where you blow into, and then you stick it into the body of the flute. Put it together like that. And you want the mouth, the little hole right here, to line up with the keys. So I'm going to make sure it's lined up. Straight line. Whoop. And then this little tail part, put it on the end. And you want this to be in the middle of the keys, this line right here. So that is how you put it together.
So Caroline, when did you start playing the flute?
I started playing the flute in 6th grade. It was one of the electives you can choose, and band is the one I picked.
So was this in 6th grade or, at Central or at Pattison?
Oh, Central.
And do you remember who your teachers were?
Mr. Dodson and Mr. Jensen and Mr. Brand. What's his name?
Brusca?
None of them are there anymore, so.
Oh, well.
But Mr. Clausen's still there. He's the head honcho.
So when you started in 6th grade, did you already know how to play the flute?
No, I had no idea. I had never touched one or looked at one.
What made you think you wanted to play the flute?
Well, it's pretty, and it sounds nice, and it usually always has the melody, so you're going to play the part everyone knows.
Okay.
And likes to listen to.
So when you started playing, you said you didn't know how to play the flute. Did you know how to put it together?
No idea.
So they taught you that in band?
Yes.
And did you start playing the whole thing or just the mouthpiece part?
No, for the first month or so, all you do is the mouth part.
Okay, do you blow straight into it, or how do you do that?
So you put your bottom lip right up to the hole. And to find that, you can put it over your lips and then roll it down.
Oh, okay.
To where your lip is just by it.
Okay, so do that.
So it sounds really weird right now. So depending on where you blow your lip or the air out, if you blow straight into it, it's going to be a lower pitch. If you blow across, it's going to be higher. So I guess on this one, you might be able to tell. When I put it together, you'll be able to tell that. Okay, that's it.
So do you think you would be able to play something for us?
Yes. But first, so before you do a song, you do concert F. So the whole band will play concert F, and so the way you do concert F on the keys is this first finger here, and then the next one here, right there. And then your thumb is on the back.
Okay.
And then you have your next hand here, here, here.
So is this kind of like playing the recorder? Are the fingering similar to the recorder?
Yes. Only a recorder is more like a clarinet.
Okay.
And so for F, you lift these two up. There you go. And that is just like the middle note of the flute, basically.
Okay. So I hope everyone recognized the song that Caroline just played. It is from a musical called Beauty and the Beast. I know you all knew that. Caroline, can you show us one of the highest notes that you can play and one of the lowest notes you can play.
Okay, the highest note's pretty cool because you get to press down all the keys.
Okay. That is very high.
Very high.
And what's one of the lowest notes you can play? Very good. So let's look at the flute and let's think back to last week when we looked at the tuba and all the curves and this the massive size of the tuba. And here we have the entire flute just in one little tube. So obviously the flute is going to be much higher than the tuba. Get a look at that. There you go. Oh, is it hollow on the inside?
It is hollow on the inside.
Cool. You could just stick something up in there, I guess.
To clean it, you stick the stick all the way up it.
Ah, like we did with our recorders, 5th grade. You should remember that. Okay, thank you, Caroline. So for comparison purposes, let's look at the tuba and the flute. So David is showing us the tuba, which is very large, and Caroline is going to hold the flute next to it. So definitely we have a big and a little, a large and a small, a low and a high. David, can you pick up the tuba and show us what it looks like when you hold it? There we go. Big difference there. Both are in the band. And so if you are a 4th or 5th grader thinking about band in a couple of years, next year, then following year, these are 2 instruments that you could think about playing. Thanks for joining me, JPEagles. Hope you've learned a lot about the woodwind and brass instruments and high and low. And again, if you are a 4th grader or a 5th grader thinking about band next year or the following year, I hope you will consider one of those 2 instruments. Next week, we will look at one more instrument with one more guest performer. I'll give you one guess who that is. I'm not going to tell you. Let me know if you were watching. I love to hear from you in the comments below. That way I know you were here. Thanks. Love you guys.